Okay, what I have here is a 2018 Chevy Traverse. Okay. Hitting the front. This was shoved back into the coolers. I've already pulled that back forward. So first, I put the car up, tore it down, put the car up on the frame rack, and then clamped the car to the deck. 4 points. Same thing on the other side. Then I slid the beam under the car, which is a measuring system. It works off a sonar, and the computer tells me where to hang the probes. There's a probe, and if you look at the probe, you'll see a little dot and them flash, and then the microphones on the beam hear that and knows exactly where the end of that probe is at. So I set up 4 control points, torque box area preferably. Remember the cradle bolts in the front, and the rear ones are into the frame rail. Okay. And then I did a quick measurement on it, and the computer set them as control points. Then I went and added 2 points I wanted to measure. One is the front cradle bolt, the other one is the end of the frame rail. This rail is crushed up in here. A lot of guys doing this at home will fix that. It's not safe. What happens is a cut rail in an accident will crush too soon and mess with airbag timing, and somebody's going to get hurt. Again, the computer knows exactly where that point in there is at. So when I hit measure, it comes up on my screen, picture of the car, where it's at, and then again my control points are my top 4 points, and then the dark blue at the bottom are the points that I've measured. So I'm going to go back in with my mouse, and I'm going to click on that and let it remeasure. You see the little dots flashing. Remember making a clicking noise, and then these microphones, right there's my problem. These microphones, this was laying up blocking one of the speakers. Take that away, that should fix my problem. And I was correct. Okay, so what it's telling me then is I've got 2 millimeters of diamond. The vehicle is in a diamond shape on the top 4. That's factory. There's nothing, absolutely nothing I can do about that. It's telling me that my M left are in both points. This point and this point are both in 1 millimeter, and my heights are perfect. Then the G is the front cradle bolt, and the D is the end of the rail. It's showing me one is 4 back, one is 2 back, which is the cradle bolts. There's nothing I can do about that. That's bolted right into the rail. And then it's showing me D right is 13 ahead, which I'm having issue believing because the damage was on the left side, not the right. And the rail would have to be stretched, and it's not. And of course, D left is 8 millimeters ahead, so I don't believe I have a length issue. Sometimes you got to go with your gut on this. It's showing me D left is in 5 and D right is in 8 millimeters. So I definitely have a little bit of sway. So what I'm going to do is go after the sway first. I'm going to add another pull point because I don't want to pull it off the jacks, off the stands, which I've done in the past. Then you start over. Just adds a little strength so I don't pull the car off the table. It does happen. What's really neat with the system is this doesn't necessarily have to be straight up and down. It can be like that. That will still measure accurately. What I'm after is these 2 points right here. D left is the driver's side, it's in 4 millimeters. The D right is out 8 millimeters. My other ones are coming around. D right is 1 millimeter wide. D left is the front cradle bolt, and that's, well, let's see, D left is in 3 millimeters. So I need to go a little more. Let's see what happens. You can watch the hood gaps, you'll see the whole front end shift. These 2 points are within tolerance. I'm allowed 3 to 5 millimeters. These 2 points on my width is what I'm going after. My lengths I can't change. It's saying that this right rail is long. Well, that's the way the car was welded together at the factory. Of course, you got a little diamond here, it's going to reflect on your numbers down here. So now what I think is what I'm going to do is pull the rebar off and do one rail and then do the other. Butterfingers today. There's my length problem. It's telling me this rail was long, it's pulled away. So width is what I'm concerned with, not length. When I put the new end plate on here, that'll fix that issue. Sometimes you just gotta run with it. All right, let's see where we're at now. Again, the numbers I'm looking for are here. The tool's in the way, I can't read. Okay, now I'm 1 millimeter wide on the end of that rail, and I'm 8 millimeters in on the left rail. It's just what I thought when I unbolted. I pulled everything as far as I could. Sometimes you pull the car off the stand and you have to go individually on the rails. That's also changing my heights, which I like. So we're going to make another tug here on this left side. Hold it off the stand. Happens. Still 8 wide on the left. That rail's getting replaced. 19, the diamond's there, and that's going to magnify as it goes forward. Next, hold it right off the stand. So at this point, I'm going to shut you off, and we're going to reclamp it and go again. Sway is when the front end is one way or the other. Mash is if it's crushed. Diamond is if the frame does this, which a unibody cannot do. It crumples in different zones. The structure itself will stay the same. So in the next video, you'll see me pulling the rail out, drilling the rail, and putting the new one in place, getting it welded up, measured, make sure it's correct, and then we'll get it painted and get the drivetrain back on.